Welcome to a Kairos Moment podcast, helping small business owners and entrepreneurs save time and money through tips and strategies. I am your host, Sean Heineman, and you can find my website, Kairos Social, with a K. People keep asking me about how do you spell it? It's with a K, Kairos Social, and I'll have it linked up in the show notes as well. Today, well, first of all, thank you all for listening, and as I always say, inviting me into your ear gates. And today we're going to discuss how to find your ideal client with special guest Dakisha Williams. And you're in for a treat today because this is one of my favorite topics about finding ideal clients, because I think a lot of people go in circles and not knowing what they should look for in their potential client or potential customer. So who better than Dakisha to bring on today's podcast? How are you doing today, Dakisha?
You know what? I'm fired up, excited, ready to go. I'm just always ready to share and ready to serve. So first, I'd like to thank you for bringing me on your platform. Yes. And my job right now is to give as much value as I possibly can. So ask away, and I'll try to share as much as I can without giving away the kitchen sink.
Awesome. Well, first of all, tell the community who you are and what you do.
Awesome. All right. My name is Dakisha Williams. I am business strategist with Visions Enterprise, which is comprised of several different brands, to be honest with you. Most popular is Visions Consulting, where I do business strategy for small business owners, helping them with marketing, strategies, implementation, and technology in their business. I also own a brand, SassyShoeGallery.com, which I started over 5 years ago. So we talk about finding your ideal client.
Yes.
Yeah. Been there, done that. And actually several different brands. I actually have a nonprofit organization called Flip Forward, which supports gymnasts, underprivileged or underserved gymnasts. My daughter is a competitive gymnast, so we are very passionate about that sport. So that is the short bio and a synopsis of what it is that I do. So ultimately, when you wrap it up, I really help entrepreneurs get to the next level using technology, automation, marketing, and strategies for their business.
Yes. Love the word strategies, because sometimes people just like to shoot from the hip. And
just throw it on the wall and see what sticks.
If it stick.
Yeah. I got that too, though.
I've done it myself. Say that. That's why I have you on the show, because you'll be able to help me and help the listeners on this podcast.
That's right. We're gonna implement some strategies, some sequences, some automation. And it's and not to spoil it, but yes. Honestly, it's all about putting. And I hate to say this word because you hear it so much, but it's the truth. And it's all about putting systems in place and procedures, processes. Once you do something one time, write it down. Like really take 10 or 15 minutes to really write it out, and then you have a process to do it over and over and over again. And once you do something 3 times, it's time to automate it.
That's good. Dakisha, are you a football fan?
I am. How'd you know?
It's behind you. No,
I'm just do you see the Vikings somewhere? Totally number 28, Adrian Peterson fan. Did you see him strike? He broke out for 80 yards for a touchdown. Did you see that?
All day, AD, all day.
Yes. Yeah, so you just hit a button right there. You just took me a whole nother. Forget that. Let's talk football.
And the reason why I asked you that, and I'm glad you're a football fan, because this is going to help. I don't want to get away too far off topic, but since we're talking about strategies and I was just thinking about Tom Brady and the Patriots, right? And think about, they have a system that no matter who they bring into the team, they have a system that there's a bunch of no-name players that they bring, and they work the system and they turn them into stars. And you wonder, who are these people? But why? Because they have a system, and it always works.
No, absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, they have certain plays that they're going to run consistently. All you need is the right person in the right place at the right time. And honestly, that's what business is all about. And every now and then you might have to run an audible. Yeah, I do know a little something about that too.
Say
so you got to change up the game just a little bit. You can't let them know all your moves. So you got to change up the game just a little bit sometimes. But that allows you to stay ahead of the competition. So you're right down my alley. I love football. I was in Buffalo Wild Wings on Sunday, so I could watch all the games. My daughter and I.
I know that's right. That's awesome. Gotta love the game. Gotta love the game. What is one book you would recommend to the aspiring entrepreneur about social media?
You know, it's funny that you asked that because to be quite honest with you, I would rather recommend a marketing book versus a social media book. And the reason why I say that is because number one, social media is an element of marketing. Yes. Marketing is a way to generate leads and prospects. So social media is just one particular format or one particular source in which you are marketing your business. Now, the one book that I'm reading right now that I would recommend, it's more of a goal setting book, but you can use it when setting your goals for marketing and for business. And it's the 10X Formula by Grant Cardone.
Grant Cardone. Gotta love Grant Cardone.
Yes. Have you read that book?
I haven't, but I've subscribed to him on YouTube and I've heard him on numerous podcasts, but I know he's a beast.
You know, and I will be honest, with my schedule, I do have 2 kids, gymnastics, football, so we're somewhere every day. So I will be honest. I listen, I don't read. I listen to the audiobooks. My teammates laugh at me all the time because I'm always like, yeah, you should read. I'm like, yeah, let me listen to mine. But just me, I got all my audiobooks. I got them on my phone. But the thing about Grant Cardone, and I actually put it out on social media at the end of October, and I asked my tribe what books would they recommend. That was actually one of the books. And so if you know anything about Grant Cardone, the 10 times formula is where you increase your goal by 10 times. So if you want to expand your reach to, let's say, 1,000 individuals every week. So the way that the 10 times formula works is that you take your goal and multiply by 10 times. So what if you expanded your reach on social media instead of 1,000, 10,000? Now, what if you miss? What if you miss and end up with 5,000? Would you rather 5,000 or 500?
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Right.
I don't know about you. I'll take 10,000. I'll take 5,000 versus 500 all day.
All day.
So that's what the 10X formula is all about. It's about taking your goals and excelling or pushing them up 10 times what you would actually set in your mind. And so it goes back to a mindset. Okay. Now, I love the quote. I mess it up every time, so don't tell them. But it's if you shoot for the moon and you miss, you still land upon the stars, right? I got it that time. I got it.
Oh, so yeah.
It's the same concept. So if you shoot for 10,000 and you miss and you get 8,000, I mean, that's a phenomenal number when you're looking at the social media reach and, you know, using social media platforms. And to be honest with you, I was doing some analysis on some of my reach. Woo. And one of the platforms, Triber. I don't know if you ever heard of Triber.
Yes.
Love Triber. Triber is like a hidden nugget that nobody actually ever wants to talk about, ever wants to use.
Right.
However, I have a reach of 55 million on Triber. I have 3,000 tribe mates, 41 tribes, and 55 million reach. So would you want me to tweet yours into my groups or into my tribes?
Yes, please.
Absolutely. So, you know, you have to know your numbers, and it all goes back to understanding your numbers. So I love the 10X. I love Grant Cardone. You know, I've taken my monthly revenue goals and went 10 times, because if I shoot for the moon and I miss, and and I'm going for 20 grand. If I get 10 grand, I'm good every time.
You're doing good. That's right. I'm with you. Grant Cardone. Have you read The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy?
It's next. It is on my list. I have not read it, but I have a list of books that I'm listening to.
Audio books. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it will be audio.
That's right. Hey, Dakisha, I'm with you. I mean, I will go to the library in a New York minute and go and get a bunch of audio books because I'm always on the road. I'm always driving. Yeah. So yeah, The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. And I'm a big Seth Godin fan. Have you read The Dip?
I have not read The Dip. I'm going to write that down though.
It's only about 80 pages and you will not go wrong because Seth Godin has the mind that he has is. But anyway, yeah. Check that out when you get a chance. I can talk about books all day. Yeah, The Dip by Seth
No, that's good. That's good. I've actually I've shared the stage with don't get me Napoleon Hill, A Black Choice.
Yes.
That is terrible. Wait a minute. I'm going to tell you. Dennis Kimbro. How in the world did I forget that? I just saw him on Dennis Kimbro. Yes. We actually all spoke together at an event in Atlanta back in this summer. So that was the first time that I ever heard him speak. I mean, if you have not read any of his books, if you have never heard Dennis Kimbro speak, that man comes with the truth. Mm-hmm. And I'm not just saying, fluff. He comes with the facts. He comes with the numbers. Mm-hmm. And you best believe that he's going to share with you about the 6 billionaires that are African American.
Yeah.
And you need to know.
Dennis Kimbro, yes, most definitely. What is one of the biggest mistakes you see business owners make when it comes to social media?
I'm glad you asked. We were actually Taria is one of our social media experts as well on our team. And so we did a broadcast earlier today, and it was around social media advertising. And so I'm going to say 2 of the biggest mistakes. Number 1 is not being relevant on social media. And so not having a presence at all. A lot of people underestimate the value of social media and social media platforms. And I know everyone has their preference, and that's fine. As long as you have some type of presence on one of the top social media platforms, okay? Mm-hmm. So number 1 is being present. But it's one thing to be present, and there's another to be consistent. So consistency is the key. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things that I do not see that business owners are doing. They're posting, but are you really adding value to your tribe? Are you really sharing information that's going to help them grow? Not just talking about yourself, because it's not about you. The message passed through you. Mm-hmm. And so it's not all about your brand either. Mm-hmm. You have to understand that the end user is watching you saying, what's in it for me? So you have to feed their mind. You have to feed them with knowledge. And a lot of times we miss that, and we go straight for the sale. Yep. I'm offering an ebook. I'm offering an audio. I'm doing a webinar. Come see me. Come see me. Mm-hmm. Well, what about them? So what are you offering them? So if I would say anything is, what are you doing to add value? What are you sharing that's going to help them, at least a nugget, shift their business? You may not be able to give away enough to take them to the next level because they got to pay for that. Right. But at least give them something to make a shift. So number 1, being present on social media platform. And number 2, definitely being consistent and sharing relevant information.
Love it. Yeah, because I've been in social media marketing since 2008, and I have seen so many people come and go.
Yeah. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I've had my days where I'm like, writer's block. Right. But there's ways around that. There's strategies around that. And actually, I'll share a secret for you and your tribe. Awesome. I actually did it today.
Yes.
So I had my Google Apps up, and Google Apps has a speech to text. And some people use Dragon Dictation. However, you know what? I had Google Apps up. And as I was speaking, as if I'm speaking right now, I had my speech to text, and it was recording every word and transcribing as I was talking. So now what do you have? You have a transcription that can edit it into a blog post. Secret number 1.
I need that secret. What was that again? See, that's why I had you on today's podcast.
All my secrets. Korea, do you hear this? I'm sharing all my secrets. This is why I need you to tell me to be quiet. No, I'm just kidding.
So everybody make sure you follow Dakisha because she is giving away nuggets, okay? Yeah.
Yes.
Now, what was that again? Google what?
It's Google Apps. So I use Google Drive a lot for documents. I manage all of my articles in Google Drive. They're all organized. And don't tell anybody, but I have a spreadsheet of all the blog posts too that I write.
Awesome.
I do. You have to organize. So what I did was I had a blank document open, and there's a tool in Google. It's Google Docs. So it's the Word document one. And all you have to do is pull up the voice to text option. And as you're speaking, it literally listens and transcribes as you speak. Wow. So, I mean, for me, like a lot of people, it's like, oh my God, I don't know what to write. But if you get them on the phone or you get them on a broadcast, boy, they don't shut up. You know, just like me. I'm just kidding. You get me going on something and I get excited. And so why not have it transcribed? And now all I have to do is go back and edit.
That is good. That is
really I know it's over 1,000 words.
Yeah. So actually, I have to make sure. Yeah, because I have to make sure that I have all my podcasts transcribed and stuff like that. Because I do have show notes, where I have you linked up with your website and stuff like that. But yeah, I have to check that out, voice to text.
And actually, if you play the audio on your computer, it will pick it up and transcribe it for you.
I need to write you a check.
Go ahead. Consulting. I'm just kidding.
I know that's right. Well, thank you for.
So I mean, that is the super. I actually have a transcriber that I've been using for well over 4 years. But I just kind of came across that tool, and it works. It works for platforms like this. I have the Blog Talk Radio, which we've actually converted over to Blab. We're doing broadcasts 8, 10, 12 times a month. So every time you speak, every time you open your mouth, you open up that Google Apps, you got content.
Awesome.
Valuable content.
Wow. Love this. Love this. Dakisha, so how do you find your ideal client?
Well, it actually started by my tip is you have to give in order to get, in order to receive. So in order to understand your audience, you have to be willing to put some type of secret sauce out there for them, right? You have to give them something magnetic. Yes. So everybody is not your client. Right. So you have to tap into based on the problems that you solve, you have to speak around the problem. Yes. So you don't speak around the solution, you speak around the problem. And I love this, and Taria's going to love this too. When you speak around the problem, it allows them to self-select that you are the one for them. So it makes it easier for you to identify who your target audience is. So now you really don't have to go searching for them. They're going to self-select and come to you. Because if I speak, and I speak on a regular basis on how to monetize from social media. Yes. Guess what? I told you she's going to love that phrase. If I speak on how to monetize the use of social media, everyone who wants to make money from social media are going to do what? They're going to raise their hand. Yes. So regardless of the platform that I speak on, or regardless of the platform that I post on, it allows me to tap into my audience on that platform. So I post on LinkedIn. It's a very professional platform. Yes. There's an option on there where you can post articles or blog posts. And I love it. I share information. I share valuable information. And I always give a call to action. Yes. Okay. So my call to action, again, allows me the opportunity to identify who's really interested in what it is that I have to offer, my products and my services. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So now I don't have to spend a ton of money investing in advertisement to amass. Because what I've done is when I create my call to action, we always, in our sequence, in our system, you always want to have a registration page.
Yes.
In that registration page, you're going to collect the most important information, or the information that you would use: a first name, a last name, an email address, or a phone number, and sometimes even Twitter. Yeah. So when you do that, it allows you to take that list, upload it into social media, and now you can advertise to an audience who's actually giving you their information.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's
how easy. I mean, it's literally that simple, but we overcomplicate the process.
Right.
By trying to speak to the masses instead of, and that's where they say you find your niche. So stay in your lane. Once you find your lane, stay in your lane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the quote that Pat Flynn used. He said, "What do you say? Riches are in the niches."
Yes. Yes, yeah. The riches lives in the niches. That's right. Yeah. As you both say it simultaneously.
I know, right? Great minds think alike. Shout out to Pat Flynn if he happened to listen to this podcast. So what is the best tool to use to track your metrics? And yeah, what is your, because you have Google Analytics, you got Facebook Insights, Twitter Analytics, which I found that with Twitter Analytics, they really go in depth.
Well, and here's the thing that I've started to teach as well, and it really goes back to your marketing class, and it's one of the courses that we had about consumer behavior. Mm-hmm. And it's so funny because now, being someone who does the analysis, all we're doing is monitoring the behavior of our consumer. Like, really, I'm like, duh. So that's why I had to take the class. Like, now it makes sense. The one class out of all those years that actually makes sense. Wow. I'm just kidding. Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
But no. Actually, Periscope has a new platform that they use in order. I know Taria is going to put it out there in the group. Or in the message. It's Fullscope. Fullscope.tv is what it is. Mm-hmm. And so they have the analysis for Periscope, so that you can see who is listening to most of your Periscopes, who's actually interacting, because that's where that's the most important information that you really want to identify. Facebook Insights has it as well.
Yes.
And yes, I love Casey Zeman. Casey Zeman created the Easy Webinar software. He created the Fullscope.tv. I follow him on Periscope. Like you would think I know this dude. Like, dude. Like, I think I almost like semi-stalk on.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. I'm like,
not too much.
And I remember we were doing, the team was doing a training out in Maryland, and Casey jumped on the Periscope. I was like, y'all, Casey is on our Periscope. Like, that is huge.
Oh, man.
So he did create Fullscope.tv, and it's an awesome analytical tool. I use Facebook Analytics a lot as well. Most of my websites are built on WordPress, so I utilize the WordPress analytics as well, just to kind of determine the traffic that's there. Mm-hmm. And where the traffic is coming from as well. So I love that you asked about the numbers. A lot of people don't ask about numbers, and I am a huge finance graduate. So I'll share with you real quick. I shared this earlier today. Mm-hmm. The reason that I am a finance expert is because I lost my job twice, the same job. Mm-hmm. I lost the same job twice. I did not get fired. But I know they're looking like, what? How do you lose the same job? I did not get, for the record, listen, Don't y'all be posting out there about me that I got fired and I lost my job. Listen, we actually received an email, Sean, that we had ceased operation and they were closed for business. It was January 10th, 2010. I remember it like it was yesterday, and I still have the email. Have the email.
Yeah.
And so, I had to tell all of my associates to go home. I had about 66 associates over 5 states, and I had to send them all home. And the first question is, when am I going to get my check?
No, that's right.
Unfortunately, I don't have that answer for you.
Wow.
So they filed bankruptcy, but they brought us all back. Well, they brought some of us back within 4 months. And so the second time I played a reverse on them and I handed them my pink slip and I took a leave of absence.
So you did like an end around kind of football, kind of different play.
Yeah. I gave them audible.
Audible.
Okay. I was like, listen, y'all ain't letting me go this time. I'm out of here. I'm going to leave of absence for a little while and I'll be back when I'm finished. Well, I'm still on leave of absence.
You're still on leave of absence.
I'm still on. They actually filed bankruptcy again and closed April 12th of 2012. So I literally on the papers, I'm still on leave of absence. I don't have nowhere to go back to.
Wow.
Yeah. And so just to share with you, I did get a check this year out of the bankruptcy. It was $56. Hey.
You use it on Facebook marketing.
That will run an ad for me. So I love it. I love it. I love it. But, and I share that story with you and with your tribe because it really resonates with the importance of understanding the financials in your business. Because when I was in class and before I graduated, I said to myself, I will never, ever be in a situation like this where I cannot see the writing on the wall. I want to be able to analyze and value a business. I want to know when it's time to go. I want to see red flags. And I'm not just talking about downsizing because a lot of companies can downsize, but that doesn't mean that they're, facing some type of financial hardship. So I'm really, really passionate about the money and about knowing your numbers. Like that right there for me, that's serious because that touches home. That touches home.
I know that's right. And and I was thinking too when you talked about the Facebook insights, because sometimes when you do get writer's block, sometimes you can go, or not sometimes, but all the times, this is what I do. I go into my Facebook analytics and look at my insights, and I see which posts are doing good. And then I write around that topic.
That's good.
Or depending on kind of what's going on, because I'm a WordPress guy. So I'm glad you talked about WordPress.
I love WordPress.
Love WordPress, right? Somebody told me about Squarespace not too long ago too, and I haven't really tapped into Squarespace. But anyway, I look at the trending topics. I look at whatever's trending, right? So, and which is funny because the other day, I do relationship podcasts too. So,
I think I saw some of them on your previous
on a blab.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay, I might have to tune in.
Oh yeah, awesome. Yeah, I do both social media marketing and doing this as well. They're both my passion. I have a heart for it. But anyway, long story short, I see Ronda Rousey was trending, so I wrote a blog on Ronda Rousey and making you a woman that's worth fighting for, not physically fighting, but
nice. I like it already.
Yeah, right. But this is the catch. I wrote on Ronda Rousey. Everybody liked it, shared it. But I wrote it like a day before the fight. What happens? Ronda Rousey gets knocked out.
Oof.
Yeah, right? So now I'm thinking, okay, next time when Ronda wins the belt, I'll start sharing that blog again because she'll be maybe the champion again. So, but anyway.
But you know what? You can still use that to your advantage because you can always twist the story around and find another point out of that same story and still use that same article. There's always multiple points to a story.
Ah, yeah. About getting knocked out, huh?
Yeah, I mean, hey, but you got to get back up.
Right. I see. I got to bring you back on the show.
As long as you fall on your back, that means you can look up and get up. Let's
right.
that.
Okay. I'm loving this.
So it's not her trust me, it's not her last fight.
Oh, no doubt.
Just because you got me this one time.
That's right.
I'm coming back, and I'm coming back stronger. And most women, when you knock them down, boy, did they come back strong. I just wrote your new article for you.
Wrote a blog for me right here on Blab.
And out. I just wrote your new article for
you. Okay. Yeah. And when I rewrite this, I'm gonna tag you too. Just to,
there you go. See,
Keisha, how did I do on this?
This bump.
That's what's up. I'm loving this.
Wait to read it. So yeah, so definitely when you rewrite it, definitely share it. Share it on my tribe. Also, we have groups on Facebook. We are really huge about having groups. So I have the Profit Producers group on social media, and again, it puts all of your tribe members in one space. So when you post on social media or Facebook, and I talk about Facebook a lot because I use Facebook a lot, but when you talk about when you post something on Facebook, it goes to all of your followers, all of the individuals in their circle of influence as well. So sometimes your tribe can miss your message. So when you have a group, you're speaking to a specified group of people, right? It's your niche. So they're in your audience. It's your target audience. And you have to be selective about who you allow in your group. My group is not open. And so you have to request permission to have access to that group. Do I go and check out your profile? Absolutely. Will you get kicked out if you just start to spam the group? Absolutely. And so Twitter lists are another great way as well of segmenting your audience. Twitter has certain lists. So I know people use a hashtag, but in order to get your message to a specific group of people, I love Twitter lists. And I think I kind of stumbled upon the Twitter list.
I love Twitter lists. They are so, and it cut out a lot of the noise too. It cut out a lot of the noise when it comes to, especially because you get to actually name your groups.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but the only catch is I tell people, make sure that you don't say that you make this public and say, these are people I'm trying to market to, because they're going to see that list.
Yeah. Oops.
They got to make sure your settings are set.
Make sure you're not telling everyone your strategy. So absolutely. So I think I answered your question about how to find your target audience and things like that. So, it's different ways where you can be strategic about it. I always say that you have to go where your people are. If you're targeting youth, where are the youth going to play? That's what I say. You go play in a sandbox with them. If you're targeting professionals, then you want to be on LinkedIn.
Yes.
If you're targeting women, Pinterest. Pinterest is, dominated by women, dominated by stay-at-home creative women. So when you have a product that's creative or things like that, the do-it-yourselfers, those individuals are going to be on Pinterest. So you just have to understand their behavior, and then you go where they are. And I'll share with you another secret tool that we use as well.
I'm letting the video run. I'm listening to you.
Oh, how long is the broadcast?
I don't know. I don't know. If I got to break it up into 2 segments, I will. This is good. I'm not letting you go, Dakisha.
I told you, once you get me started, I just get going. And so let me tell you, this is another secret that we use. Have you heard of Facebook or retargeting or remarketing?
On Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you do Facebook dark posts?
No, wait a minute. So let me back up. Do you shop on Amazon?
Yes.
Okay. So I actually sell shoes on Amazon still. And so here's what I realized. If I'm on Amazon and I'm looking up movies, or I started looking up the books and I didn't buy them because I know I'm going to go to Audible and buy them, right? Don't tell anybody. But when I go back to Facebook, and guess what's on the right-hand side? That stinking book. And it's like, are you watching me? Like, how did you know?
Big brother.
I just saw that book. And so the large companies have been remarketing to us for quite some time. And one of the things that we fail to realize is that we can create our own audience. and we can market to our own audience. So you ask, how do you find your target audience? Offer a call to action, monitor their behavior, create an audience based on their behavior. If they complete the registration for your call to action or your gift, now you can monitor their behavior and put them in an audience where you can remarket to them for upcoming events, upcoming broadcasts, upcoming products that you're going to sell. And then you can actually, when you create a sales page, you can actually see the conversion rate as well. So remarketing is a huge, huge, huge tool that is underutilized in small businesses.
I love that. I love that. And also too, if you have the Amazon affiliate marketing program, that helps too. That can really start to build up, once because you can also say, hey, if you could check out this book, have you read it yet? And,
right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the holidays are upon. So online shopping is going to be really huge. I am an Amazon affiliate, and I still have my own store on Amazon. And so I still have, I do have access to the affiliate. And so I promote those ads and I boost those ads. I think I was just sharing the other day, I did an ad, one of the links for Amazon. And I think I spent 3 cents per 1,000 impression on that ad.
Wow.
You can't beat that.
Yeah, it can't beat
that. You can't. I mean, the return on investment on that for one sale.
Wow.
Yeah. You have to know the numbers, and you have to utilize, the things that are out there for us, the tools that are out there for us. But you have to, number one, you have to know what the end result is going to be. Why am I using this? What am I really looking for? Am I looking for conversion? Am I looking for an audience? Am I looking to, sometimes we're just doing research. Is this CTA or is this gift likable? Do people really want it? And so you have to be able to determine, what the end result is going to be.
Yes, most definitely. Such a wealth of information. So glad to got to have you on the show today. This is really good. I'm learning as well. Do you know what? Before we ask this question, let me ask you this real quick. I just have to ask you this since we're on the air. What is your favorite social media site? Just what is your is it Facebook? What is your favorite social media site?
You know what? I can't say that Facebook is my favorite.
Okay.
Facebook is my most profitable.
Okay. Oh, well, that's a difference.
Yes. So actually, I don't think I have a favorite. YouTube is my favorite.
I love YouTube.
Because I like to watch the video. I am very comical. I love to laugh. I love to be entertained. My daughter sends me videos all the time. So we will sit down and we will watch videos. However, video advertisement is a very, very good strategy to use.
Yes.
So I like YouTube. However, Facebook has become the most profitable platform for me. But I do like YouTube. So yeah, I do have a favorite.
Yeah. YouTube is, I started to see Facebook is starting to kind of take over YouTube with this video stuff. They're really trying to fight for that video space. I see
I mean, I noticed that right now, and actually they're doing Facebook Live as well, kind of like a Periscope on Facebook. However, it's only available to celebrities.
Yes, superstars.
Right. So I'm kind of interested in how that's going to work, but hey, when it comes to those platforms like that, my biggest pet peeve is, out of everything that I just shared with you and your tribe, one of the consistent things that I keep saying is what? Have a call to action. Yes. Be able to gather their information. Well, platforms like Periscope, they don't allow you to gather the information unless you offer a gift. Unless you see people write it on a paper and then they hold it up.
Yeah.
This or go to this site. So those, for me, that's just me personally. Does it help build with exposure? Absolutely. Yes. When it comes to growing your list, you definitely have. That's where the strategy comes into play with growing the list. So it makes it very important.
Yes, I have found out that Google Plus really works for me when it comes to getting those email addresses.
I like Google Plus because if you send out a message to Google Plus, it's going to go to their email as well. And even some of the software that we use, and I'm glad you said that. Some of the software that we use allow people to register with their Facebook login. And some people like it, some people don't. But when you think about it, one of the pros is if they register with their Facebook login, it's going to utilize the email address that they use for Facebook. So you will capture that information. So guess what? Facebook, when you run an ad, will recognize that email address as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Great nuggets. Yeah. Google, and plus Google Plus they did a whole new redesign thing.
I gotta go check it out.
Yeah, they did. Like, you could still go to the old Google Plus page, and they got a new one that's really focusing on the communities and stuff like that now. So they're trying to make some changes. But I'm a big fan of Google Plus, been able to land a lot of emails just by giving away free videos and stuff like that. So I'm a big Google Plus fan. Do you find it better to find your ideal client locally or globally? Which, if I'm new to this and I'm really trying to grow my tribe, do I work this thing locally, or do I just, because social media, you can do this thing globally, right? I mean, there's people in Africa listening, people everywhere, so.
I'm grinning because I work from my sofa. I work from my dining room table. And I work from the floor in my living room with my whiteboards. However, it is very important and very lucrative to have both online and offline marketing strategies. You still need to make an impression in your own backyard. Here is why. It is great to have a global presence, but what about the individuals who want to start having events? And these events are going to be in person. Granted, teleconferences, telesummits are really huge, but there is nothing like face-to-face interaction.
Yes.
Social media cannot and never will top face-to-face interaction. So it is just as important to build relationships face-to-face as it is to build online relationships. Now, you can actually, and I've done this in the past, I've met individuals on social media platforms and asked for the opportunity to meet them face to face. So now I'm being strategic about who it is that I meet, and I'm not just going to every networking event in my area. Right. I don't have time for that. I just don't. I don't. I'm being honest. I just don't have time to go to every event because there's one going on every day, every hour, at every location.
Right.
You have to be selective about where you want to show up.
Yes.
And you don't want to show up at an event and it's just 2 people there. Like, come on.
Yeah, right.
I could have reached out to 10 people and had 5 meetings.
Hey.
So I think it's important to do both, and you have to balance it both. I think you have to balance, the online marketing strategies as well as the offline marketing strategies. And to be quite honest with you, that's been one of my goals every year is to get bigger, make a bigger and bigger local impression. Because I've become so reliant on being a virtual CEO.
Yeah.
We sometimes it's hard to go. You forget what it's like to go out. How you doing?
Yeah, right. Right. I'm like shaking your hand on Blab, like you used to shaking your hand.
Right. So, again, so that's why, we just came back from a conference in Arlington, Virginia. Over 200 individuals in that space. Some phenomenal people in that space. And so it was just nice to be able to break bread, with some other individuals. You get tired of looking at the camera and the lights all the time. Sometimes you just want to be able to nudge somebody and laugh, because that's all I
do. True. I agree. You do need an impression. I think the value in actually meeting people are there's a premium on it now, because we're so used to social media that when you actually get to meet someone, it feels like you've known them forever, because it's like they followed you on Facebook or connected with you on Instagram, and when they meet you, it's almost like some people treat you like a rock star or something. You're like, I'm just everyday people, you know?
That's so funny that you said that because, oh my God, I have to share this and you tell me to be quiet. But anyway,
go ahead.
We were at the event that I was just telling you about. And, you know, we do broadcasts anywhere from 8 to 10 times a month. Mm-hmm. And so one particular young lady, she just walked up to the whole team. You know, it's like 6 or 7 of us young ladies from all over the country. We've got teammates in Phoenix, teammates in Maryland. I'm from Virginia. Like, we're just everywhere. And so we finally get a chance to come together and break bread. That's why I said it's important. Right. So this young lady was like, oh my God, I have been dying to meet you guys in person. You guys are on my vision board.
Wow.
We were like, wow, are you serious?
Yeah, right.
Just want to get a picture. We was like, well, selfie time. Come on, girl. You know, so it's just, you know, Sean, you never know how you impact someone's life, you know, by doing what we do in front of the camera. But the end user is, their life is being shifted and impacted by our messages. And so to be able to meet them in person, it's so funny. It's like, I know you from somewhere. God, you look so familiar. And it's like, dude, Facebook. Right. I've seen you on Blab. I see you on Periscope. So, you know, I love the opportunity to be able to get to meet my social media family. I mean, because we are family. Yeah. We're talking every single day, you know, but we never get the opportunity to meet face to face. So I was just glad to be able to bless that young lady. That's one thing off her vision board. Now she's got a picture of the entire team to go along on her vision board. So, I mean, that just kind of made my heart melt.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I love that. That's why I love social media, and also just getting to talk to awesome people like you on social media. Now I'm like, okay, so, you know, you never know, you in another town or something or wherever you at. Hey, you know, I'm here. And, you know, I get to meet people like that as well.
Because I remember you were on a Periscope, and I actually did a video for your answer. You asked me about podcasting, and I actually have a video for you. So I did. I responded to it, and I have a video for it. So I'll share it just for you. I hadn't released it yet. And to answer your question, I think podcasting is very important because you are doing the exact thing that you should be doing with your content. I noticed that you said you take the audio and you post it somewhere, and then you take the videos and you post it somewhere as well. But you have content. And that's the reason why I started Lunch and Learn in the first place. It had nothing to do with wanting to build an audience, wanting to build a tribe. I didn't want to be on the radio. I didn't ask to be on the radio. I'm gonna be quite frank and quite honest with you. The reason why I started my Lunch and Learn radio show in 2012 now, I believe, 2013.
Yeah.
And I started doing it twice a week for about a half hour, an hour. So you can imagine, I only started it to force myself to create content. That was it.
See.
And so by the time probably 6 months came, I had enough content that I could literally sell a $497 program like that.
See, yeah.
And I stopped. And everybody was like, well, wait a minute, where's Lunch and Learn? Where's Lunch and Learn? Right. I don't get it.
Wow. See, and that's why I love Blab.
Mm-hmm.
When I got that email and they gave me an MP3 and a video download and an HTML code to post on my website as well.
Yep.
I said, and they're still in beta.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that. So today was the first time I hosted my own Blab. I've been on Blabs, but today was the first time I hosted it. So I had to set it up myself. I'm like, we're talking and I'm not recording. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, we make it work.
Definitely.
Still turned out great.
Thank you so much for taking some time out to be a guest on the Kairos Moment podcast. You were excellent. You've given away a wealth of information. Let everyone know how they can get in touch with you.
Absolutely. So, number one, please follow me. Not only on Blab, follow me on Periscope. You know, I love LinkedIn. So if you're on LinkedIn, and I'm on Facebook as well. But I do like to give an opportunity to have a free session where you can kind of talk about these same things, if you don't mind, in your business. So you can actually text the word chat, that's CHAT, to 804-298-2846. And you get an opportunity to have a conversation with myself. So we can talk about social media in your business and some of the systems and sequences that we use in your business as well.
Wow, that's awesome. So you heard that, everyone. So make sure you take advantage of that, because if you listen to this podcast, imagine the one-on-one that Dakisha can help you out with. So you definitely want to make sure you take advantage of that. I might have to text you.
So you are more than welcome to give me a call.
Most definitely. Well, thanks again. I definitely appreciate it. Everyone, make sure that you stop by iTunes, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio. And I recently submitted my podcast to Google Play, and we're all excited. Us podcasters are excited about Google Play. We can't wait until you just really open up the door. So I've been approved, so I'm excited about that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Leave us a rating and comment there. We would definitely appreciate it. Also, you can also find this video on YouTube and on Facebook. We'll have this video on Facebook as well. So thank you all for taking some time to listen to today's podcast with special guest Dakisha Williams and take advantage of that opportunity. I am your host, Sean Heineman. Visit our website at kairosocial.com. That's with a K. I will talk to you soon, people. Take care.
Thanks again. Have a good one.